Yeah, okay. They're both on. Everything green light is on. Now we can just do the testing. Can you talk this? We're just gonna
Just checking this, testing our live streaming of the women's final.
Can you check it on YouTube?
Is that okay?
Okay, you there? Okay.
Live on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, here. Talk.
Oh, we're here live at Centennial Park. That's good.
Say live on. I'm not getting your voice.
It's not getting good.
Oh, hold on. I know it.
Looks like we're ready to go. Testing the live streaming for women's final. Here we go. Good luck. Good luck. It's not working? We're here at
A lot of static, but it's coming. But it's a little bit delayed. It's a delay, but it's coming.
So should I continue? Yeah. Okay, so we're here at Centennial Farm.
Lot of static.
Now we have a
Lot of static.
Mr. Rizwan, how are you?
Add to distribution of the
Nice, Mr. Frank.
Let's go Reds! Go
Boys coming in will be ready to call for smoke. Okay. Okay. I switched the mic. Is it coming better? Oh yeah, the first day when I listened to it, it was lots of noise. So it doesn't matter which mic, right? They're both the same.
How are you? We step on my hand.
What do you want me to do?
I think you should do that. Where's the water?
It's on. It's on. You can't put your hand in the cooler because that would be worse.
No, the right hand is okay, the left hand is
All right.
step on my hand. I think you should do that.
It's off though.
Baruch, how's your injury? The one right?
Maybe we should be on that. that was pitched out the offside and played tentatively by TQ. Safely through to the. So far, only one run off the over. Good lineman. It's right up to TQ defended. End of the over. One run. Lots of no wicket. To ensure that we get the 20 over win without any interruption, we have defined orders and on the next year. Coming in to continue the attack for the East is Archini Pereira. She comes in, delivers. Pitch just an appeal for LBW, but that was pitch outside the leg stump. Umpire says not out. The sun has come out and Centennial Park is looking much, much better. Making the adjustments for the right fielder. Archie comes in. Good line, good length. Pitch to the outside. Good balls. Defended by KQ onto the onside.
Yeah. I remember she was tall.
Yeah, she comes up.
She blew one the other day when I was there.
That was pitched up on the offside, kept low, and now that was a misfield on the throw to the keeper, overthrow, and that was a single.
I'm a spectator.
Yeah, for without glass.
Comes in, first one, driven through the covers, misfield, and they cross for one. So we have a right-hander, left-hander combination. Siba comes in. Big shot. Deep into the covers and an overthrow trying to get it into the wicket keeper. So we can see a little bit more around the outside on one side. Keeper comes in, delivers. Oh, and that was a catch to the slips, and she got one hand to it, over, had to chase it, and they ran for a single. That could come as the first official chance for the East team. Keeper comes in, left arm over the wicket, delivers good length ball, played forward, wrap on the pad, appeal for LBW not out. Left arm over the wicket, delivers good length ball, played forward, wrap on the pad, appeal for LBW not out. Keeper comes in again, pitches that one up, nicely it's into the onside, with it deep it on. Good shot. That was played across for a single. That takes us to 9 without loss. Outside the off stump, and that was played back by KQ, but no run. Wide out of the off stump, that will be a wide. So she's shooting something with a run up. Actually comes in, delivers. Full pitch taken nicely by KQ and played to deep square leg. And that again was value throw. So misfield, the run, and another overthrow. They just capitalized on the second overthrow. So the East fielding and throwing has been pretty good for the last 3 days. Today, maybe the finals, so being in the finals, being confident that needs some pretty bad. Additional runs. one is beautifully bowled right on the middle stump, dug out by Shubho, onside, no run. Shubho Khan has displayed pretty solid batting and a good strike rate on the last 3 innings which he's opened for the West. Pressure comes in. And that's a clean ball. Just as I said that, ball pitched on good length, just on the leg stump, turning a little bit, she lift her head and try to hit it right out of the park, completely missed it. It's a clean ball. So the East has struck, they've got their first wicket, 13-1. I have the president of Cricket Ontario with me, Shaji. That was a pretty good ball.
Yeah, Shaji Park, president of Cricket Ontario. So Shaji is a nickname, and we always go by my nickname. No, I think I'm very happy that the game did go on today, despite the forecast for the rain and thunderstorm in the Tobago and Southern Ontario area. And it's a very pleasant day, and a little bit of cloudy but windy, and a good day for the cricket. Matches, and the best is a new batsman coming out.
Bess is the captain of the West, and she's trying
Best is the very hard hitter, and he probably will go ahead to boundaries are out very quickly, and it's 13-1 after 4 overs. So once again, welcome to the Cricket Ontario. What do you think the score is going to be today, based on the last three games that
the new bowler coming on is a young lady who's been pretty good. She's been winning every game and year after year. Rabjoy Rajput, and she's bowled her first delivered, good line, good speed. Then it back up the wicket to the bowler. Yeah, they're looking to get them below 100. Not a good length, but going out to the outside and was played back in through the offside for a signal. But I can say, Shanti, that they actually are with their target because they dismissed Shubho and very formidable in the last 3 games.
Yes, and there's a lefty that creates the trouble anyways. And they did that in the last game too. And but the Kainad and Anad and Michelle are the 2 key right now. And if these players stay longer on the crease, I think they're going to run some scores.
Good length ball straight to Hiba, and that was misfield and allow them to cross for a single. I think if they're pumped up as they told me they are, and they want to keep this runs below 100, they have to really tighten up in the field because they've given away about maybe 5 or 6 of that 15 runs with overthrows.
Yeah, but they're keeping the average down to 3 right now, which is a very good one. So they are playing on their plan. Planning on high and
but I was short, kind of got back to the outside and played it nicely. good. She's been solid. Her strike rate has been almost 90 to 100, almost the run a ball. And her footwork is pretty good. She's getting behind the line and length of the ball. Her cross shots to the onside. She gets the ball in the middle of the bat. So she's a good opener, and joined by the captain now. They're hoping that they can consolidate and keep a good partnership for the second wicket.
Her average for the strike rate is 85, and she is in the run for the most runs. She got 75 right now total in the tournament. She's chasing Mariam, who has 113, and Mariam still has to go to that after. Trisha also but she is the one that has she has a strike rate.
So Katie Ramnath is coming on. They're finishing the first 5 overs from the bottom end. They're starting the next 5 from the top end. Katie comes in. Good line. Katie comes in, delivers, and that was a pitch out the off stump, nicely taken by Bess, but hit straight to deep point for a single.
Now people must be, viewers must be wondering that why, we are continuing to go from one end due to the time right? So we usually start the game at 5 o'clock because people come from work. And from that perspective, we are going 5 overs from one end, and then we go to 5 overs from the other end, just to save the time and to ensure that the game finishes within the daylight.
Shaji, that was a drop catch and a slip off of Katie. Nice length ball. She went for the cover drive, got the edge straight to the slip. Should have been taken. Kamna is adjusting her field right now. There's a slip, a point. Mid off. Keep it on. The long one. Katie comes in. With the off stump. Hit straight to point. That was really turn to the right. We're now 22-1 off 5.4 as Katie gets ready to deliver. The next delivery she comes in, pitch up. Nicely bowled, good length ball right onto the pads and partly pushed out by KQ into onside, fielded by Kamna. No runs. Katie comes in to bowl the last ball of this over. Again, good length ball forces KQ partly connected, right?
No, it's not.
He has to take the order.
Did you show him?
Oh yeah, he knows that.
He didn't do it. sorry for the pause. There's a slight technical adjustment. Rob Joe comes in, delivers. That one was a bit wide of the off stump. TQ stretched coming across the unit or leaving it alone. Pulled it, edged it over to the onside, no run. We're now 23 for 1 of 6 points. Good line, and that one again from here was played by Trisha. Played by Archie with a good return for a just a single for Trisha. It's then going to make a sharp feel it like Miriam Poker. So we have a mid-off. And deliver that one down the leg side. Signal the full capture wide. Strikes your mark. Comes up, delivers this one. Better line, better length. Made by Kate Bush, straight forward. Backward point, no run. Comes up.
Pitches the one outside the off stump, taken across into the onside, fielded by Miriam, just a single. Katie ambles up to her, delivers that one. That was a good length ball. Trish managed to push that over for a single, which takes us to 28-1. .3 overs. As Katie Ramnat gets set, ready, comes in, delivers that one. Oh, and that one, KQ was confused as to what she should do. Ended up wrapping her on the pad, but it was too high. Umpire said not out. And that was hitting straight to long on and should have been taken. And Miriam completely misjudged that one. I think it ended up going over her head and into the boundary for 4 runs. But it was a beautiful shot by KQ. That takes KQ to 20 of 28. Trisha is on 6 of 6. And we're 33 for 1 of 7.5 as Katie delivers the last ball. And again, that was hit straight to Gully, who got her hands on it, popped it in the air, but dropped the catch. So KQ can conquer herself again. Safe. That should have been 2 catches in a row that should have been taken. We're now at the end of the 8th over and it's 33 for 1. KQ is on 20 of 29 and Trisha is on 6 of 6. Coming into bowl is the captain, Kamna. She's taken the ball and she's going to take the responsibility to get the second wicket. But they should have had their second wicket already. No, it's a change. She's going back to Rabjot.
Yeah, as I said before, this is the key partnership. I think run rate has gone from 3 to 4.12 right now. So that was a good change to see if we can get something. And
But the impetus was on the East. Had they hold those catches, they would have had the breakthrough and they would have put the West under pressure. That was nicely played by Trish through the covers. It wouldn't get to the boundary. It's being chased by Hiba, who picks it up and delivers it back to Rabjot. That takes them to 33 for 1.
yeah, then Rabjot has come from the south end to bowl to Best.
She comes in and delivers a good line length, and that was played on the back foot to the gully position, no runs.
Yeah, the Best is looking for some loose ball to get some firework, but Rabjot is very consistent in bowling the line and length, and I think that is what is causing this little bit of a trouble for the Best. He has bowled 2.2 over, given 11 runs, no wicket at this particular time, and the Best is living up to her reputation for high strike rate, 8 for 8.
As Rabjot comes in again and delivers this one, good line and length outside. Best flashes over that, ball stayed low, through to the wicketkeeper, no run. As you were saying, she's being consistent with her line and length. She's keeping the score down. She's bowling the dot balls.
Yes, she is. I think that's her third over. And as this is a T20 format match, so she only had 4 overs to bowl, but she's certainly giving the East what they're looking for. This is a little slower ball. Yeah.
That one was picked up and hit into the mid-wicket. Long on chased it, but Miriam, and it got just a single run. Takes them to 35 for 1. Yeah, I remember when she came to the force, not the 2020 in women's high performance camp, but 2018-19 in the camp, and she was just a beginner. She has come a long way, both in length and size and in maturity with the ball. Oh, that was beautifully bowled through the offside. Nicely picked up by the wicketkeeper and tried to run Best out. KQ, but
sometimes she just throws a slower ball, and it's kind of very hard to judge. But I think we are outside, so we can see when she's blowing the slow ball. Slow balls a little bit have a more flight in it, right? And that goes in, and that gives her batsman a little bit of a trouble. So Kainat on the strike, and she's had 20 out of 30. And let's see what Rabjot does this time.
Pitched up, and that should be taken. And another catch when begging, and that's probably going to 4.
Yeah, she was a little bit of a short of catching it. And they run for 3.
Yep, they crossed for 3 on that one, and it should have been taken because it went right through the hands of Katie. Katie Ramdat was the fielder at this time. I think it was Katie. Looking to see the number.
Yeah, Katie.
So Katie is coming on. Maybe she can get the wicket that she just put down.
You never know. I think the ball was a little bit ahead of her, so
I-
she tried, but she didn't get to the ball to catch it.
I think the West, the East, it could have been on what they said, keep them under 100 had they taken these catches. And they've cleaned up the fielding act. They're not overthrowing the ball anymore, so no additional runs are going to the batters, but they're dropping the catches. And that was that's another one. And you can see the excitement in my voice because that came off the good length ball from Katie, played forward by KQ, take the outside leading edge straight to Ariba, stretch it out, got both hands to it, but did not hold on to the catch. Comes in Katie again. She's gonna try a second time, and this time she pushes it down the leg side for a wide. So our score is 39 for 1 of 9 overs with a run rate of where we should be
4.36.
Katie comes in again. That's a better length ball, but nicely played by KQ. She pulls it out into the onside for a single.
You know, this is what I've seen in the last 3-4 games. She's very good at hitting the ball into the mid-wicket area, mid-wicket and the square leg, right?
Yeah.
And this is where most of the ball get. And I think East has to adjust the fielding accordingly to make sure that she stops the run there. Katie to Best, and Best just put it back to her. It was a very good line and length ball. And
I think Kamna has now gone to that square leg position.
yeah, short mid-wicket. She's on short mid-wicket. Katie to Best. This time Best again. I wanted to play it, but it's a dead ball. I don't know what really happened. Maybe the batsman was not ready, or the bails came off the stumps. One of the two things have happened.
The bail is on the stump, so something.
Yeah. So umpires called a dead ball. So two things can happen. Batsman was not ready, and bowler bowled the ball. But anyway,
I think it was
the ball has been bowled again.
I think you had it right. The best was not ready to take strike. Kitty comes in now, and that's a nice ball. Nice line and length, completely beat Best through to the wicketkeeper. Malia has had a good tournament so far with the gloves behind the wicket.
Yeah, she's very good wicketkeeper. And I think, the coaches are keeping an eye on this performance in this tournament for the girls to maybe future good players to be picked up for the Ontario for training.
That was pitched up on a good line, but driven by Best through the covers and fielded by mid-off, Archini Pereira. So they cross for a comfortable single. That brings KQ on strike. And now Katie will try to see what she could do with this batter. And that was nicely picked by KQ and crossed into the mid-on. Was not picked up properly, and they went for 2 runs.
Yeah, she again went to the the square leg this time,
Deep square leg.
and it was again the fielder misfielded, and they were able to easily pick up 2 runs.
Again, as you were saying, that's KQ's favorite shot. She pulls it off of the offside into the onside, mostly the square leg or the short mid wicket, and she gets it over to the deep square leg or deep mid wicket or sometimes the cow corner, and she crosses for a single, and this time 2.
So now the 10 overs gone. After 10 overs, West is 44 for 1, and the Kainat is batting at 26 of 34, and Trishelle, we call her Best, is 10 of 13.
And
Destiny Para is going to be coming out from the north end. This is her third over. She has one wicket for 7.
So they'll finish the second 5 over from the south end, so they're back onto the other end to start the other 5 overs.
Yeah, the viewer who are just joining in to watch this, the reason we bowl 5 over from the each side to just to consume the time that we have available to get the 20 over done before the dark. This time best just cut it out down to the third man, and they're running for 2, and
Comfortable too.
very comfortable too. And Blues ball, you give her offside the offside. She's not scared of holding. She's just gonna go for it.
That one was wide off the off stump by Archney and signal wide, and then move it to 46-01.
47.
47 for 1. Yeah, with a slight delay. So Archney getting ready. Nice amble run up to the point, delivers in the offside. Best tries to slug that one over the bowler, but made no contact.
Archney has been training since she was very young, at the age of 14, and she has been really playing well. She has represented Canada several times, and she's one of the promising Canadian players of the future because she still has a lot of time to go, and she has played internationally, gone to play in England for the club and US, a couple tournaments, and wherever the tournament she went to, she has come out as the best batsman in each and every one tournament. So promising batsman for Canada.
The previous ball was nicely flighted. Good line, Best negotiated back to Archney, no runs. The one after that, basically about the same. Less flight, but good line and length. Best had difficulty with both deliveries. Let's see what happens on this one. She comes in, pitches it up, and again, Best gets the edge, and it comes through the deep.
Well, that was a catch. The keeper missed and gone through the first slip down to the close to the boundary where Sana has Hiba has picked up and saved the boundary actually. The other promising player here is Miriam Croker. She has been representing Canada at the young age of 16, 17, and Kamna, actually the senior member of the team.
Oh. Again, a good line and length, completely beat KQ with a wild swing at it, but it also beat the wicketkeeper and went back down for 2 byes.
$50 for 1 after 11 for the West. The West is on its way. I think they have a run rate of 4.55. So Best is really living up to the mark. She has 13 of 18, and Kanat has 26 of 35. So it's 50 for 1 for the West. East has a good target to get them out, but I don't know if they will get it out within the 100 or not. But the West is almost halfway through. But East has very tight bowling, you know.
There's a change in bowling now, and I think it's the captain.
Rabjot.
It's Rabjot coming in for our last over. It's Rabjot. That was good line and got the bunks. Best just turned it off for chest into the onside or a single.
I think both teams have some strategy to play with, and I think they're both working on theirs. And just at the end, we'll see whose strategy wins.
Yep.
Right? Right now, the East want to control them within the 100, and they're working hard.
That was nicely struck and nicely fielded by Arriva in mid-wicket. Again, as we said, Keku pulls that from the offside onto the onside. No, that's the onside. That's mid-wicket. That's the onside. That's the lefty. That's your onside. That one was outside the off stump, and KQ tried to drive that through the covers, but got the bottom edge and safely dribbled off for no runs.
I think it is.
And that was driven back to her, and that will get a single because it came off her hand and run down to long on. Come on.
Or robbed it to Best, and Best just really missed this one. She really wanted to get it hit on this one.
Well, she's trying to
Yeah.
go for her big shots. Because that's probably their attack. That
Absolutely.
KQ will stay there, and Bess will go for the big hits. But that one, she completely missed it to the wicketkeeper and no runs. Now let's see what Rabjot is planning to bowl this time. This one was connected. She pulled that straight over mid-wicket to 4 runs.
That's what the Best does the best. Gone to the boundaries. I think it's after 12 over, 56 for 1. It's time to recognize some people who has made this thing possible. I think the Women's Youth Committee, Women's Committee, Management Committee, and Women's Regional Committee members to be paid tribute for their hard work and extra effort in order to get this thing organized. Project manager for the Women's for Cricket Ontario, Prem Prasad, myself, and the coaches who have been helping this women's to prepare for this tournament. Coach Baruch Kirmani, the head coach, is here. So does the Rizwan Chima, the Canadian icon. Sherry Budu, who has been the coach for the youth, but you will find him everywhere where there's a cricket is going on. So we are very, very pleased, and we are very fortunate to have these community people to come out and help us out, and we'd like to give them a salute for thank you for helping us out organize this tournament, and the chair of the women's program, director of the women's program, Prem Prasad, for your hard effort in order to get the women's program going again in Toronto, in Ontario.
Yeah, as you know, we're trying to rekindle and reignite the women cricket in Ontario and subsequently Canada. We had a very good turnout. For that one was hit back over the bowler, dropped safely for a single. That's 56-1. And we have a women management committee, as you referenced to thank, and they've been doing a good job. And we had the subcommittee that had the indoor winter high performance program that was going extremely well, and because of COVID we had to stop. And kudos to the regional committee, Tina Naidu, Hiba, Chantel, and the rest of the committee members that has put this one together. So yes, they deserve. Thank you. That one was pitched outside the off stump, and Best hit that into the deep covers for a single.
So no, I think this is viewers should know that the Cricket Ontario is very making all this effort to get the women's program going in Ontario. We also like to thank Cricket Canada for their support for this tournament, for their small funding to help us out get this thing kick-started. So in future, I'm pretty sure that Cricket Canada like to see that the Ontario women's are back on the map. And there is a women's international tournament. We are hoping that not this year, but the next year will happen.
And that was pitched up to Best, and she take that one straight over the deep mid wicket for 4 runs. I would like to welcome now the head coach of Cricket Ontario, Mr. Farouk Kermani, and we will have Farouk says a few words about the women and what he knows about the girls, especially the ones that are at the crease right now and the ones that are bowling. Farouk, what do you think so far? You've come a couple of days, a couple of evenings. I know you will work as well, but for the evenings that you've turned up and you know these girls, you help them divide up the team so they will be equally balanced. What do you think?
I think, Prem, thank you, first of all, thank you for having me here. I think the teams are very balanced, and I know some of these girls, but I'm very, very surprised how better they are playing and how the competition is so balanced and so competitive.
But like I was saying to Shaji, the East team was doing pretty good in the fielding for the last 3 days, but today, maybe because of the jitters of the final and the nerves, they've had a bunch of overthrow with additional runs. But most surprisingly, there were like 4 or 5 catches that have already been went begging, right? Or else the West would have been in some serious trouble.
So, certainly, Prem, what you said is right. But you know, these girls have been playing for the last 4 days. 20 overs is 40 overs a day. Times 4 is a lot of overs to play. But
that one was flighted up by Mandeep, and KQ took it off the offside and hit it nicely into deep mid wicket for a single. Yeah, yes, coach.
yeah, but the overthrow and the fielding is going to happen because these girls are not in regular practice. Some of them haven't even practiced 1 or 2 practice before they join this tournament. So it's bound to happen. But nevertheless, they're trying their best, and you got to give them credit. They've been here all 4 days, working hard and giving the good competition.
And like you said, because of COVID, they're not playing regular cricket, and we just enter stage 3, which allowed us to play. That one was picked up nicely and hit the deep mid off, long off for 2 runs, across the 2 runs, and that was 2 runs the best. We have now KQ is on 29 off 42, and Trisha is now on 26 off 25, so she has accelerated her innings. And again, that was pitched up to the offside by Mandeep, and that was driven into deep long off for a single.
I think Mandeep, Trish is a very good batsman. She's one of the top batsmen in women's cricket in Canada, I think. And if we have she playing regular, she'll be really surprise a lot of people.
And that one was taken again by KQ from the offside into the onside, but short of the Ariba. And she just stopped it safely for no run. So we're on the 14th over at 13.5 and it's 68 runs, so the loss of 1 wicket.
I mean, still they have a lot, 7 overs, 42 balls. They can get to 50 runs. They'll be more competitive. They reach 110, 112.
Down was short on the leg side. KQ played it to
Square leg.
the square leg. So needed safely negotiated that one, no runs. Mandeep comes in, pitches that one up, and that one was hit by KQ. Deep mid on, they cross for a single.
I just want to say, Prem, I'd like to congratulate you. The ground is in a really, Sentinel is in really good shape. I mean, you always have done a good job with the park people, and many thanks to you.
Yeah, I had a little difficulty getting them to come out and cut it. It wasn't done the first 2 days, but we got it done for the rest. So, as you can see, the ball travels. It's you see, like when it gets wet, like yesterday evening, it's a bit slower.
Sariba is bowling, I think. No, Katie. Monday?
Mandeep is bowling her second over, and that was pitched wide off the leg stump.
No, it's Katie's bowling. I can see the way she runs up to bowl.
Okay, coach was right. That was Katie.
I'm a little bit familiar with the girls because I've been around with them for the last 2-3 years, so it's easy for me to spot them. I'd like to thank Mr. Shaji for doing a tremendous job. Our president, Mr. Shah Zafar, I always worked hard and an excellent job. It was a beautiful shot by Bess.
And that was taken by Bess and hit deep down to backward square leg for 4 runs.
I turned it off.
Thanks, coach, for your insights.
You're welcome, Prem.
Okay. Katie comes in, and that was pitched right down the middle stick, and Best tries goes down on one knee trying to sweep it across through the onside, but didn't make much contact with that.
Yeah, she's going to go for everything right now. I think she is, again, 31 out of 28 balls. So,
she's taking
yeah, and the run rate has gone up to 523. Katie's back to Best, and Best tried to hit it out, but missed. And it's 75 for 1.
Katie comes in, pitches the one, and Best takes that on the full and hits it straight through long leg for 4 runs.
Yeah, she's really going hard at the loose balls. And scores down to 79 for 1. Again, once again, I'd like to welcome all the viewers to the 2020 Cricket Ontario Women's Regional Tournament Championship from Centennial Ground in Etobicoke, which is close to the Toronto Pearson Airport. And there's a final, there's a 4th day of the tournament, and there's a final between the East and the West. And West has won the toss and elected to bat.
No,
East won the toss, sorry, my apologies. East won the toss and put them to the bat. And this is the pair, Kainat and Trishul. The Best is the key pair that can really do damage, and East is trying to get them out. Best goes again for the long ball, but the miss hit it and is gone to the square leg. There's no fielder, and there was easily 2-run taken.
But what is surprising right now is that it's blazing sunshine right now at Centennial Park. From what we started and what we expected, as per the forecast, they said it will be bright and sunny at this time. Is it 8 o'clock? No. It's 5:45, so we got the sunshine.
There's another one. She hit it out onto the square leg. Full toss, and there was a fielder, and they were 1 run out of that.
I was stopped by Sunita because it was hit straight to her.
And it's over after 15 is 82 for 1.
Well, as you said, they're going to the plan. KQ is just going to stay, and Trisha is going after the power hitting.
Yeah, she's 30 out of 45. KQ has a 30 for 45, and the Best is 38 out of 32. So she's living up to the reputation of being an aggressive player.
Now we have Arjni. No, it's Kamna. Kamna is coming on to bowl. The first over from this end, there's a completion of 5, so they're switching again. So Kamna is setting our field right now. So we have a long off, a deep cover. Rabjot coming into short cover.
Kamna is a leg spinner, and let's see
We
what she
have
can do.
a backward point, deep.
Lots of flight in the
And
ball.
again, this was pulled from the offside, straight to Arima. No runs. Wide of the off stump and punch down to deep cover. There you got a single.
Yeah, Kamna has a lot of flight in her ball, and she does bowl the leg spin. And once she starts to turn the ball, she may get it. This is her first over second ball, so she may not be in the groove yet. Another full toss.
And that has been taken out. That will be going for 4. No, it didn't. It was chased down by Sunita. They crossed for 2. That was flighted, full pitch, taken by KQ from the offside and hit straight through the fine leg down to the long leg for 2 runs.
I think this time they just want to run and hit. Kainat hit it right up on the, got the edge and went to the gully, but there was nobody there to pick it. I think the fielder did try it out, and she was halfway to getting the run, but rushed back to the stumps again, and she was lucky and didn't get out. Best, I think, has pulled up muscles and a little bit hamstring. And there is a little time. But she feeling better. Yeah, Kamna going to bowl to Kainat. And this time Kainat just hit it down to the mid wicket, and there was a fielder there, and Katie, and saved the boundary. They were able to take 2. Once again, you are watching the live telecast of the 2020 Cricket Ontario Women's Regional Championship from Etobicoke Centennial Park, Etobicoke.
And there are 7 for 1 of 15.5, and that Camden pulled down wide down the leg side.
And it's a bright and sunny day. When we started, it was nice and it was cloudy, windy, and forecast for rain. But it has cleared up, and it's a bright and sunny day for cricket. This goes to Kainat. Oh, missed the cotton bolt. And oh boy, they missed the cotton bolt. That would have been a big wicket.
Not only to miss the cotton ball, the 2 runners collided with each other, and they had the other end open for a run out, which they didn't focus on. So it was two mistakes in one.
Go,
there.
go. So after 16 is 89 for 1.
You know, it said you have to take the catches to win the game, but East have not been doing that. They've been holding on to these catches. They would have been a different proposition facing the West at this point. But from their perspective, it's 89 to 1 off 16.1. They're doing good. Again, kick comes up, pull that one from the offside. Through mid wicket for a single.
If I were the East captain, I think I'm going to put five players, not the 3 or 4 players on the fielders on the onside. Just take away the sweeps that she does. Best went and did the best of hitting the hard down to the long on. Achni went from the long off to the long off to try to save the boundary, but she was a little bit of short of catching the ball, and it is 4, and his score gone to 94 after 16 overs, 16.3 overs, 94 for 1. Best is at 43 out of 35 balls. And though she goes again very deep, down to the mid wicket, but not far enough, and there is a fielder, and they're going for 2, so she's chasing down her 50 very quickly.
That one was ball on the offside. Best tried to put it away, missed completely.
Yeah, Best is 45 of 37 ball with 5 fours. And Kainat is 36 of 51 balls and single 1 4.
Melia tried to get a stump out, but wasn't successful in that because she felt in the crease and was safely inside the crease.
Oh, this was an edge of missed by the keeper. And Best goes for 2 more. She surely wanted to do her 50 very quickly. Doesn't want to wait for her. And it's 47. She's at 47. There's a very good partnership between Kainat and the Best. This is the main, as we said before, she went on to the crease that this is the wicket partnership that they have to use if they have to bring them in, break the partnership to chase to keep them under 100. But the score is gone over 100, and I think Hiba.
Yeah, Hiba is coming on from the south end. Marking a run-up.
Hiba bowled 2 overs, 6 runs, no wicket. That's a very economical bowler in economical run rate in the T20. West is 98 for 1 after 17. I think the score will probably go to 120, 125.
Yeah, at this rate.
At this rate, yeah. Projection.
So Hiba comes in, bowls that nicely, good line, going through the offside. KQ completely misses because she's doing our favorite thing, is try to cross it from the offside into the onside. Went through to the wicketkeeper. So we're now 98 for 1. That's 17. This is the 18th over being bowled.
The viewers who are watching the game, thank you very much for being tuned into Cricket on Tour YouTube channel. We will really appreciate if you can subscribe the channel and like and help us out reach 1,000 subscriptions. We are very close, not very close, but we want you to get there. Kainat again hit it down to the mid-on for a single.
As you were saying, when Kainat is batting, the feeling should be more focused on the onside of the wicket. but it's not the case. There's a deep mid wicket, a long on, a long leg, a short mid wicket, and she's just pulling it into the major gaps of the field and sitting there and getting comfortably a single or two. This was hit nicely by Bess. She just
That's about
punched
50.
it through the covers for four.
That's about 50 with the boundary. She celebrated the 50 with the boundary. And it is 39 ball boundary. She's 51. We all appreciate if she raised the bat. So celebration, but I think she's in the business. She doesn't really, well, she did raise the bat. That's good. That's a very fine 50 by the best. She's living up to the hype or the potential that she really shows. And there she goes again.
And this time she should be taken, and that's it. Hiba has come in and got the breakthrough. That was bold, good length. Going away from Bess in the offside, she tries to put it out into the covers, and she got a top edge, which went nicely to Rabjot, who took the catch.
That was a big wicket at the right time, because these are the key overs where batsman goes out and hit the ball. Every ball that they find they're just going to hit. So it's 103 for 2 after 17 overs, and the second wicket gone is Trisha, 51 out of 39 balls, and very fine 50. Her strike rate again is 130.
You know, anything that happened in cricket, I was watching the CPL this morning, and Nabi came on. See, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 wickets. It went just like that. The first 2 over. He got 2 in the first one, 1 in the next one. He ended up with a 5-4. But they were like struggling. 4 overs. There were 4 batsmen back into the pavilion. So you don't know what could happen here. You know, the East could come and pick up a couple of quick wickets here. The big striker who was going after the ball, Trisha, better known aka Bess, is now finished.
That give a little bit of hope to the East to make sure that the run rate is still under control. Right now is 5.83, and if they can bowl them out for 120, they will be very, very pleased with the way things are bat. Mavish Khan is at the bat. Mavish is a former international player. I think she played for Pakistan, I believe, if I'm not wrong, in the past. And she's at the crease.
Hiba comes in, ball the other, and that's a good length ball. Moving away from Marisha and through to the wicketkeeper. So Hiba has a plan here. She's bowling the ball at a good length and moving it away from the batsman towards the offside.
Yes.
She's getting an away swing.
Well, she's bowling.
She's got a point. She's got a backward point, short.
Deep extra cover, short mid wicket, or short
she got a long
extra
off,
cover and the long off.
and a deep point.
Yes. Yeah, she's consistent bowling on the offside, the off stump.
That was a good over.
Very good over.
103 for 2.
Yeah.
Is it finished?
Give us some shot. 6 over, 3 over nomad in 1 for 11.
So Mandeep Dhaliwal comes into the strike. See what she could do now.
The 2 overs to go in the inning, and let's see what they can capitalize on it. There's a good chance that East will restrict the West within 120.
So Mandeep comes in, delivers. That's good length out the off stump, and this time KQ plays it into the offside to the gully, and they got it 1 run.
To the cover, but there was a fielder from extra cover on the run.
Oh, it's not number 11. Picked it up.
Yeah.
And here goes Marish, crosses it over straight to Ariba, and she didn't collect it cleanly, so they come through for a single.
They're working out. They're making them work. East is going on the plan. It's not a bad over. Just giving a 2 ball, 2 runs. Mandeep to Kainat. Kainat comes in the front,
And
and she's
it
really
up.
pulling
This is
out.
where the field is not set properly. It should have been a short mid-on, waiting for that catch, but she's feeling long on and she couldn't get in there to take that catch. So just a single.
I think the point being to stop the boundaries at this time.
Yeah, but she's never been able to hit it straight out to the long on. The short mid-on would have done it. Good job. Correcting, you're making observations. That's what commentators do, right? And that was pushed out, so long off. Actually chased it, and they crossed for another single. That takes KQ on strike. And Mandeep comes in, ears it up, and that's high up in the air now. And both of them came in and just watched it drop in the middle of
There was a confusion. I think there was no call made that who's taking it. Ariba and Hiba, they both went for the
Ariba and Mandeep.
Mandeep. Yeah, both went for the ball, and
Bowler and short mid off, yeah. Mid on, coach. Okay. Let me follow you.
Mavish hit it down to the fine leg, and they catch a single. I think their point is just to get the runs as much as they can get, and it's over.
Crossover coming up, and it looks like KQ with the open and bat all the way through, and she's on now 39 of 55 deliveries.
109 for 2 after 19. So Hiba is going to come and bowl the last over from the south end. The people observed for the viewers. Just like to share that the welcome to the Cricket Ontario 2020 Women's Regional Championship, and from the Centennial Park in Etobicoke, Ontario. Etobicoke is a suburb of Toronto, very near to the Toronto Pearson International Airport. And here, Hiba goes to Mavish. Good land ball, short. Mavish hit it down to the mid-on, and Mariam Coker is there, and they restrict it to 1 run. It'll be very interesting that if East can stop them from going to chasing 120, is 110, and it's 5 balls left, and see if they can get 10 runs or 5 balls or not. But East has really, did their best to meet the challenge, target they set, and they're on target. Hibadu Kainat tried to pull it down to the long off, but missed.
A good attempt by Malia to try to get the run out, but unsuccessful. So Hiba will come again. Her target is to either get KQ or keep the runs now. So let's see what she has planned. Comes in, delivers a good length ball, again taken off the full by KQ and played out into the onside.
I think she's very good on the sweep. Sometimes she takes the sweep on the bounce, and sometimes she just makes it on a full toss. But she hardly misses on the onside shots. So trick is not to give her any loose ball on the onside. 111 for 2, 3 more balls to go. Hiba to Mavish. Mavish takes the steps out and then hit it, but she crossed bad and gone to the gully, and they're running for 2, and she's safely in for the 2. 113 for 2.
Hello.
Two more balls to go.
Eva comes in, delivers this one, good length. Mervish comes up and gets a piece of it and hits it straight to Ariba. This cross for a single.
I think Ariba is just feeling sorry that she didn't throw the ball earlier because maybe she could have been run out. Nice and bright day at Centennial Park in Etobicoke. Ground is in a great shape. Grass has been cut low for the tournament. And the last ball, Hiba bowling to Kainat. Nice ball. And this time they were restricted to the single. And
that's a wrap. That's the end of the West innings. 116.
115 for 2 after 20 overs. Kainat is 15 to 42 not out. And Mevish is 7. We're going to give you this little bit of a scorecard for the first inning. The East won the toss and gave it out West to bat, and West batted. Sabur Khan, 4 runs, bowled by Ashini Pereira. Kainat not out, 42. Trisha played a very fine inning. The Trisha Best, we call her Best, played a very fine inning. She is 51 off 40 balls. She was caught by Rabjot, bowled by Hiba, and Mevish not out 7. Run rate at 5.7, 11 extra, total is 115 for 2. Go to the bowling analysis for the East side. Hiba Shamshad, 4 over, no maiden, 1 for 17. Archini Pereira, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 18. Rabjot Rajput, 4 over, no maiden, none for 21. Katie Ramdat, 4 over, no maiden, none for 29. Mandeep Dalibal, 3 over, no maiden, 3 over, no maiden, none for 21. Kamna Merchandani, 1 over, no maiden, none for 17. None for 7, my apologies, none for 7. So this is your scorecard, and we are going to take a inning break, and we will be right back with the East batting and chasing the run of target of 115. As Prem Prasad said before, the East target was to get them out 100 with less than 100, but they went over 15 runs more.
But I guess this is what this tournament is all about, for them to learn and gauge where they're strong and where they're weak. The feeling here today, it's been good so far, but today they had a little bit of issues with their throwing and with the catching, because catches win games, and if they had held on to half of those catches, I would say about 7 catches were dropped. That score could have been under 100.
Yes.
But that 115 is made. Now they have to chase it. 116. They do have 2 of the most experienced women's cricketer that is in Ontario, being Miriam Coker and Archini Pereira, and that's the opening pair if they go according to their plan.
I must add that they are young, experienced players who have represented Canada at a very young age, and they are prominent. They're the future of Canadian team if they stay in their groove, and they're very talented. And we cannot forget the veteran, when Kamna also, she has played for Canada in the past, and she's still playing, and she probably will make the team again. But she's showing the veteran leadership.
Just taking it at this tournament level right now, Miriam has been in tremendous form from ball 1. She has been excellent. Archini came into form yesterday, so if the 2 of them comes in, then they should be doing really well with the opening pair.
So this is an inning break, and we will be right back for the second inning. So stay tuned, and please subscribe to Cricket Ontario YouTube channel and the Facebook, and we will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. we can't talk too loud here because it's going to pick it up, right? So just no, just move around, come back. We want you to be on TV. Welcome back. We are back at the live broadcast of the 2020 Cricket Ontario Women's Regional Championship from Centennial Park, Etobicoke, Ontario. Centennial Park located very close to the Toronto International Airport, and it is between the Toronto and Mississauga. East won the toss and put the West to the bat, and they made 115 for 2. So target for East is 116. Target for East is 116. And inning is opening from the south end, or I would say the east end. And Sabur, left arm bowler, starting the inning. We are waiting for scorers to update the scoreboard. East top two batsmen, Mariam Coker on strike and Achini Prera on another strike. They are their key batsmen. Sabur goes to Coker. Coker just plays it down. And Sabur, right arm bowling. And there's 2 dots to Mariam. Mariam is a very talented young opening batsman. Played for Ontario, played for Canada at a very young age, and represented in a Canada qualifier for the World Cup Women last year. Achini Prera is also a Canadian batsman. Achini has been in many tournaments and always comes up with the highest run score. Sabur to Mariam, and this time Mariam played back foot cut down to the gully, and they were thinking of 2, but the fielder restricted for a single. So East is on the scorecard, and Sabur coming around the wicket, over the wicket to Achini.
Oh, so here we are again. The East, the West now going to defend their score. A very tight field to Sabur Khan's bowling. We had Achini on strike.
Yeah. So Sabur is last ball of the over. Mariam actually ball opened the account as single, so now 2. Sabur goes to Mariam this time. Mariam pulled it down to the extra cover. Sorry, the deep cover, and they took a single. And after 1 over is 3 run. With me again, Prem Prasad is back into the commentary box, and he will carry on from here for a few overs. Then I'll be back again. So enjoy the commentary with Prem.
Thank you, Shaji. Now we have a change. The second bowler coming on is the captain herself. So she's taking this very seriously. First with the bat and now with the ball. She intends to defend this 116 runs. So we are on 115 for 2, so they need 116 to win. Right now it's 3, so 113. There are 19 overs to go, and the required run rate is 5.9. Coming in to bowl the second over from the south end is Trisha, aka Bess, comes in off break, ear that one up, and Miriam got underneath and played it into mid-on, and they cross for a single. So Trisha is bowling to a flight, a deep third man, a gully, a point, a backward point, an extra cover, a deep point. She's got a long on, a short mid wicket, and a short fine leg. Or you could call that a long leg because the boundaries are in for the girls. As Trisha comes in to bowl to Archini. Comes in, she gives that one some ear, and Archini picks that one up beautifully, put it onto the onside, to deep long on and a deep mid wicket, and they cross for 2. The throw was backed up by Xylene, who is now thrown it over the skipper's head, and they cross for another run. The Best comes in again with a rough break. Pitches that, and Archini goes down on her front foot and take that one from the full. Miriam on the full, and that one was played right through the square leg, down to deep square leg, but it didn't go over the boundary, so that's 3 runs to Miriam. Well, they are hustling for their runs, so nicely run 3 runs. That moves them to 11. Miriam to 4, Miriam to 6, and Archini on 4. That one was played back to the bowler. No run. Best comes in, and that one was nicely played by Archini over the point, and chased by Chantel Martin, who picks it up and throws it into the wicketkeeper, and they cross for 2. So Miriam and Archini have decided they're going to chase this 116 runs, and they will keep the run rate going. And that was nicely flighted up. 1 bounce. Archini got behind it and pushed it out to the onside, and it was fielded by Bess herself. End of the second over, and it's 13 without loss. The required run rate is 5.72, and the current run rate is 6.50. Coming in to bowl or continue her spell is Subur Khan, and that one was bowled wide of the off stump and called wide by the umpire. Subur comes in. Give that one ear, pitched on the leg stick. Miriam got behind it and hit that down to mid-on for a single. As I said earlier, we have beautiful sunshine out here. We have people practicing in the nets, guys practicing on the other wicket, and quite a good crowd looking at the women's regional final. Mostly relatives and family and friends. Subur comes in. She delivers that one nicely pitched. Good length, outside the off stump. Miriam plays forward but nowhere near the ball and went through to Sanya, the wicketkeeper, to Zylene, to the bowler. Subur comes in again. Pitched on the off leg side, and then Archini goes on one knee and takes that all the way through down to deep square leg, and they comfortably run 2. That now moves them to 17 without loss of 2.3 overs. Yeah, and Subur flights that one a little bit more. You could see she put a little bit more flight on that one. Good length. Archini just pushes it out gently into the covers. No run. Fielded by KQ. As Subur comes in again, and he pitches that one up, and actually went for the drive but misses it and went through to Sanya. Subur ambles up, floats that one up, and that one got the edge of Archini's, went between her and the leg stump, down to deep fine leg for 1 run. 2 run, they run 2. They run 1. Yeah, come on in. Yeah. And now, to the viewers who are looking, welcome. Join me in welcoming our national player, Mr. Rezwan Chima, who is also acting as a coach. He's an official coach of the Cricket Ontario program, and he's been working with the girls in the high performance, and he's been working with them throughout these 4 days. Rez, what's your feeling about what you're seeing with the girls in the tournament so far?
It's looking really awesome right now. The way, obviously, it's been few days now. They're getting back into the cricket shape and all those things. They were like rusty in first few days, but now I think everyone is looking really up to the mark, and they're playing really good cricket. And good to see all these girls, and they have lots of talent, but obviously they need more practice and games to improvise all these things.
Agreed with you. That was played nicely off the pad by Archini to square leg, and she got a single. Now Marvish is coming in to bowl her second delivery down the leg side. An appeal for caught, I guess, but it's safely through to the wicketkeeper, no runs. And no signal from the umpire. So, yeah, as you said, because of COVID, there was no active practice. We had to abandon the winter camp. The girls are now beginning to play with stage 3 in the grassroots league, so they're just getting into their form. And we tried to have this regional championship to them this year. So you're right, they're playing better as they progress.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great initiative by the Cricket Ontario, for these women. So, these kind of things really will help them grow their game and get them, have the feel of cricket out there on the ground. And I think this is great work by you all, the management of CCO, and they, this really credit goes to you guys to organizing these kind of tournaments for women.
Yeah, and that one again was floated up by Marish, and that was played nicely by Archini into the covers, actually the point region, and they're cross for two. As you're saying, yeah, as Cricket Ontario, we're trying to regenerate the interest in women cricket and to put it back on the map, not only in Ontario but in Canada. And we did this twice before, but due to circumstances, it didn't take root. But we're hoping this time will be successful. And as you know, having been with me through the winter high performance, we did generate a lot of interest. We had over 35, 36 girls. We had yourself, we had Varun Sadev, we had Cecile Perez, we had uh, Rodrigo Thomas with us, so all Canadian players as the coaches. And I think you guys were doing an excellent job until we were forced to call this off because of COVID, right? But that's the kind of thing we need to do, to have the players giving back to the girls especially, and getting them to be interested in cricket and getting their skill sets up, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think the interest is there, and you can see there's a lot of girls out here, and they really wanted to play cricket, and it's good to see the interest, and good to see we have 35 girls, registered out there. So it's just, I think, just providing them the opportunity to improve and grow their game.
Yeah, and for anyone listening to the show out there, if there are women who play cricket or would love to play cricket, or wants to develop their skill sets and get involved with the provincial level and the grassroots level, please reach out to Cricket Ontario, or you could reach out to the Sasagra Premier Cricket League, or also the Scarborough Cricket Association, which is the two leagues that are grassroots league for women cricket. And I'm sure they will be welcoming you. And at the provincial level, we want to see more participation. That was a nicely flighted ball by Subur on the offside, straight through to the wicket keeper. Myram missed the shot. She was going for an offside. So yeah, we would like to get this women's cricket up, alive and going, and keep the interest. And that again was a nicely flighted ball. And again, Miriam went for it, trying to take it over cow corner, but made absolutely no contact with that one. So we're now 24 without loss, the 4.3. Right? So as Shubo comes in, here's that one of a nicely forward defense by Miriam. Yeah, coach. So, what else do you think that could be done for these girls and to get them on the right track?
I think, yeah, obviously they need a lot of training. We can't be expecting a good result unless we give them proper opportunity to improve and get better. I think lots of training, practice, and games will help them. Games like this, tournaments like this, I think will really help them to improve and grow.
Absolutely, and with the help, as we said earlier today, with this program we reached out to Cricket Canada, who has decided they will help us with some sponsorship. So getting Cricket Ontario, getting Cricket Canada back on the program, and getting everybody, even across the other provinces, women development. Together we can resurrect this women cricket in Canada and probably get a decent team next time we put a national team out there.
Yeah, definitely. All these, these province players, I think 6, 7 of these girls are playing for the country. So, if we provide them proper opportunity here, I think Cricket Canada should invest in the provinces for these girls to make sure, they get all what they need to improve and get better and compete in the national level.
I will take a break from the commentary, and I'd like to welcome back our President Shah Zafar, and he will take you through the next couple of overs.
Thank you, Prem.
Welcome back. I'm Shah Zafar again. On the commentary box, 26 for no loss after 5 overs. Run rate is pretty decent, 520. And Achni Pereira and Mariam Coker is leading the charge to chase 116 run. You're watching the Cricket Ontario 2020 Women's Regional Championship right from the Centennial Park in Etobicoke, Ontario. We started the day with a cloudy day, but we are very happy that its sunshine has come out and it's shining bright. And we're all enjoying it. There are a lot of family members here watching the tournament, and you can, yes, you are watching too. And the best going to Achni, and she's trying to cut it down to the gully, but she missed. We would appreciate, whoever is watching, we would appreciate that you can click on the subscribe button and help us out. And like button. Best to Achni. This time Achni put it down to the mid-wicket, but there was a player at the mid-wicket and they restricted them to the single. So Achni goes to the 14 of 18, and Achni is 15 of 19, and Mariam is 10 of 14. 27 for no loss. The best to Mariam. And this time Mariam played on the back foot, down to the short extra cover, no run. As I mentioned before, Achni and Mariam both are the talented young Canadian players. Best to Achni. Mariam, and Mariam this time missed it. She wanted to cut it, hit it down to the extra cover, seemed like it, but missed the ball. Best has been very economical. This is her first over, and she only conceded 1 run so far. Best to Mariam again, and this time Mariam went down to the mid-wicket, and again the fielder is there, and it's a single. Good fielding setup. (27 for no loss), 28 for no loss. Best to Achni. This time Achni went up and hit it down to the deep cover. Again, the fielding positions are very good, and they restricted them to the single only. In this over, Best has only given 3 runs, so it's 29 for no loss after 6 overs. Achni has 16, Mariam with 11. Run rate is 4.83. Comparatively, in the first inning, the run rate was really down at this after 6 overs. They are only at run rate of 3 point some, I believe. Yes, after 5 overs, East has 26, and after 6 overs, the West has only 22 on the board. So East is working hard and going on to the track to keep the run rate high. They need 87 runs off 14 overs. Ashmeet coming from the west end, and it's a white ball. Ashmeet to Achni. This time ball was short, and Achni did not take any chance, and full advantage of the short ball, down hit to the mid-wicket. But again, fielding is set according to the bowling, sound like it, and they restricted them to a single. Ashmeet to Mariam. Mariam played down to the cover for single. Maybe their strategy is Ashmeet to Achni. This time again, down to the leg side, a little bit of a short of the good length. And Achni just go onto the back foot, pull it down to the square leg where Habib Kainat was there, and it's restricted to the single. And it's 33 for no loss. Ashmeet to Mariam. Mariam goes on the back foot, trying to pull it down to the leg side, and Kainat misfield. And they were able to take 2 runs. Number 10 was Habiba. Habiba has misfield. Kainat is on the square leg. Habiba is on the short mid-wicket. Ashpreet to Cocker. Cocker this time goes down to the long on for single. They seem to be playing very intelligently and not making any mistake taking a single, rotating the strike, and making sure that the runs are coming in, the strike rate is maintained, and run rate is high. Ashpreet Swatney was ball offside the off stump. And it's over. After 7 overs, it's 36 for no loss after 7. Achni Prayer, 18 of 23. And Mariam Cocker, 15 of 20. Ashpreet has conceded 7 runs in the last over. Kainat Kazi is coming out to the west from the west end. She's a medium pacer. She's also a Canadian national player. Went to qualifier in 2019 in USA. So 36 after 7 with no wicket loss. So Kainat is going to take to bowl to Mariam. Kainat first ball will be high over the waist, and Mariam did not take full advantage of it and hit it down to the mid wicket for 2, and it is a no ball boundary. Wow, no ball boundary. So that's a 4, and a no ball and a free hit.
This is the second for this tournament.
Yeah. So Mariam on a strike for a free hit, and let's see what it does this time. And Kainat first ball was over the waist, and that's why they call the no ball. Kainat comes to Mariam this time. This time she bowled it on the leg side. Mariam trying to hit it, but hit the pad. And no, very good strategy from bowling in to make sure that ball doesn't go long. And strategy was successful. 39 for no. Kainat to Mariam. This time she bowled him, but it is a no ball. What a chance Mariam got! What a chance that Mariam has! It was a good line and length ball, and she clean bowled Mariam. But unfortunately, it was a no ball and a free hit. my buddy Prem Prasad is back in the pavilion booth, and he will be joining me to comment on this, especially wicket and the no ball.
That was fortunate for Miriam's part, or fortunate for KQ, but that's how the game goes, right? So Miriam will try to make sure she doesn't make that mistake again.
We have a large crowd here. Some family members here. Where every player is very energetic and
That one was picked up by Miriam and hit beautifully back straight over the bowlers. The deep long on, and they crossed for 2.
I think they're playing very aggressively. I thought, like after the 7 overs, their run rate is 5.73 compared to the West, which was only in 4 and 5.
Well, like I said, they said they're pumped up to win this final, and whatever score, it wasn't under 100, but just over 100. And if these two can keep this spirit, this strike rate up, they can certainly chase it down in the allotted overs or less.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Miriam just pulled one down to the short mid wicket for a single.
And for our viewers who may be new and coming on, don't know these girls, the pair that is in there, Mariam Coker and Archie Pereira, are both Canadian national players. Right? So
and the one bowling is also a national player.
Yes, and that's KQ came back on the strike, but she got Archie Pereira this one, but almost a full pitch ball. Archie, I guess, didn't get that exactly the way she wanted it and played it straight into the hands of square leg. And Habiba takes a very comfortable catch.
Yes, indeed. It was a very loose ball, and she really swung it down to the boundary line, but didn't connect.
I think Habiba also played for Canada, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the East has lost their first wicket at 43. Going in is the wicket keeper, Maliha.
Malia also played for Canada. I think she's wearing the red pads, red helmet, so it must be a sign of that she played for Canada.
I think
but I'm not as a wicket keeper, yes. So very good talent, very good wicket keeper. Now she's going to be on the non-striker end because they cross. So Miriam on a strike, but Kana did the job what she's supposed to do, take the wicket and break the partnership, and she was successfully doing that. And it's 43 for 1. We also have with us in commentary booth joining us Ranjit Chaudhary, Director of Cricket Canada. Oh, nice boundary for Miriam. She pulled it down.
That was the deep long leg for 4.
Yeah. So Ranjit Chaudhary is the director, board of director for Cricket Canada, and in charge for cricket operation in Canada. So he's taking a lot of responsibility. Ranjit, welcome back to the our commentary booth. We are live on YouTube and the Facebook, and we welcome you on behalf of Cricket Ontario to the booth. And you are holding a lot of responsibility on your shoulder to improve the cricket in Ontario. And I hope you like to share some of the thoughts behind it, that what you plan to do for the future of cricket in Ontario.
Shaji, thank you very much for that.
Very nice introduction and warm welcome. It's always something to come and watch live cricket, especially when the girls and women are involved. So, as you said, I'm taking on a lot of responsibility. I think I should take on responsibility because I see the people like you, Kane, and others, and all across Canada are so passionate about cricket, and we need to collectively work together
also puts hope in me that my responsibilities are so shared.
Yeah, thank you very much for the recognizing our contribution to the development of cricket in Ontario and in all forum, youth, senior, and the women. But I think we are only planting the seed, and the grass will grow when you are going to feed some water onto it. And I'm pretty sure that when you come and see this talent here, you're going to see the grass is green. It's just that we need to do fine tuning and making sure that we Ontario get deliver what is promised to deliver to the right talent to the Cricket Canada.
Plays a very, very critical and important part in thinking. CCO and others, academies and parents and the coaches are doing is actually, you can see the results right in front of you. You have cream of the crop, 24 girls playing in the regional championship, and I'm sure there are as many or more out there who could not make it because of various reasons, and I think it's probably the same in other provinces as well. So what you are doing, what you are showcasing is actually a good model for the rest of Canada.
Well, I'm glad that you recognize our model has some potential to be one of the best in Canada to go forward, but I'm pretty sure that we are open to learn. Other provinces may be doing some stuff that we will pick it up, but we are always, as a leader of cricket in Ontario, we're always open and we'll always be a leader to share our programs, our thoughts, our development strategies with everybody, including the other provinces and Cricket Canada. So together, I see the bright future of cricket coming up under your leadership, and hopefully within the year or so, the result will show that how hard work you are going to put in and what we are doing. So together, we are very happy to have you on board as a Cricket Canada, the Director of Cricket Operations, and we will do our best to help you out whatever you need. Anytime, Cricket Ontario will always be with you shoulder to shoulder to promote and develop the cricket.
Thank you, Chaji. And as I said, and I firmly believe there's no secret, you guys doing an amazing job in Ontario, so that makes my job so easier. And your support and your contributions are amazing and outstanding. And as a person in charge of the portfolio, my job is basically to unite the country and share the information. Whatever is working in one province, share that with other provinces, and whatever is not working in one province, try to support that and take out any of those hurdles that are out there in growth and promotional cricket. So it's a team effort, and I'm glad that CCO is doing its part, not only just bare minimum, but going above and beyond to do what is required for cricket.
Yeah, we're always happy to be on a team that has some objectives and goals to go on. With me is Prem Prasad, Vice President of Ontario, and also the in charge for the portfolio of women's cricket. So I'm going to give him. He may share some of the programs of the women's cricket, which directions it's going, and how we're going forward. And we like to have both comments.
Thank you, Shaji. And Ranjit, as he said, we're glad to have you vis-a-vis Cricket Canada on board with Cricket Ontario to work on this. As you know, we have tried to rekindle and reignite women cricket this year, 2020. That was our slogan. We did this in 2017, and then it took off, but didn't take off the way we wanted. 2018 we did it, and we were successful in ICC launching the women's cricket in the ICC Americas, right? And we had a national team. Many of them, the national players, are here today that came out of the Cricket Ontario high performance programs that we had in that year. And I think you know of the high performance program that we had in 2020 winter, which was going great guns until COVID stepped in. We had about 36 to 37 girls that were coming and practicing for 3 hours, and with 2 hours of cricket practice and 2¼ hours of cricket and 45 minutes of physical conditioning that we incorporated into the program, the same as our youths. So it's good to see that Cricket Canada is supporting our initiative to try to rebuild women cricket at the provincial level. And as you said, not only provincial here in Ontario, but should be the same thing for the other like BC, Saskatchewan, all of that are trying to also revive women cricket, right?
Absolutely. I think, Prem, thank you very much. First of all, I just wanted to say to the viewers how passionate you are, especially about the women cricket. You have taken this under your wings and has, taken to a next level. I think we need more of Prems out in the rest of Canada, and I'm sure they are out there. We just have a matter of, providing support, identifying the players. At Cricket Canada, this new board has overwhelmingly agreed to revamp the women program and invest in the cricket of women and take it to the next level. These girls are the role models, and it just, Cricket Canada, Cricket Ontario, other provinces are doing their part, but these girls, they come from cricket families. They can word of mouth set models for other girls to come and join cricket. So I think it's looking really great, and really appreciate the work that you have done. You have put on, taken responsibility of organizing and getting the women cricket together. That is amazing. So thank you very much on behalf of not only Cricket Canada but every cricketer out there. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you, RC. What is good though is to see that Cricket Canada, as you said, have committed, and this is something that was lacking in a long time, to have a commitment from the national body to invest in the development and growth of the women's cricket, and that is very encouraging news. And I'm sure a lot of the viewers who are watching this live finals, streaming, and the girls themselves who are playing here would be very, very happy and encouraged to know that it's not only Cricket Ontario that is pushing this, but Cricket Canada is behind us, and we're pushing this together, right?
Absolutely, the whole world is united in one voice to invest in women cricket and provide all the support that is required. And you guys are the executors, and we are there to provide the support that you guys need. Not only Ontario, I think there's a huge population of women cricketers out in West, especially in BC and Alberta, and even other provinces. We want to encourage them to engage a lot of girls at a grassroots level. So what you guys are doing is just setting up a good right model.
And this is probably where you need to take it to the other step, maybe getting these provinces that have shown the sign of nurturing and building and spending time to develop women cricket, get them all around one table to share their views and what they see and where they see women cricket going, and how we could help each other individually, and how Cricket Canada can step in and help them working together as a single unit to develop women cricket across Canada. And I think that's where you come in, being in charge of the teams and all of that stuff.
Oh, absolutely, Prem. So I just a piece of information I want to share with the permission of the Cricket Canada board that we already put out an application or a request for a women's coordinator at a national level, and then also to form a committee of people who want to help out, who are engaged, or who are involved in women cricket. To re-energize this form of cricket. So steps are being taken, and you will definitely see some results coming. And as I said, this whole board, the new board, is committed to promoting women cricket and providing the support that they need.
So that's it, viewers. You've heard from our director at large, Ranjit Chowdhury, who is a director from Ontario, and who has been given the responsibilities and the portfolio for which we call Go Teams at Cricket Canada, which is correct me if I'm wrong, the senior, the junior, and the women teams, right? You're in charge of those.
Yeah, it's called winning teams. So basically, that's what it is. So yeah, Go Cricket, Go Canada, winning team. We are all part of the same strategy to take cricket forward.
Okay. So thank you, RC. We'll come back to the game, and Miriam and Kamna is steadying the ship here, so to say, and that was nicely played defensively up the wicket by Miriam. Ishmael Ishmet is bowling. Right arm over the wicket. She's a pretty good bowler. She gives it a lot of air. She pitches on good line and length. Miriam rocked back and take that into the onside for a comfortable two. And the score is now 54 for 2 off 10.5, with Miriam on 29 off 36, Kamna on 3 off 5, with a run rate of 5.09 and a required run rate of 6.67. So, as we said earlier, this is going to be an extremely competitive game between the East and the West. Winner here today is the winner of the tournament and the bragging rights until they meet again in the next provincial tournament or when they meet again in their league schedule. So, right now, coming in to start the 12th over is Kainet Kwazi. We call her KQ. She had an excellent batting for the West. She is bowling medium pace. She has a nice, smooth run up and delivery. So let's see what KQ can do. Kamna is taking strike. And KQ comes in and delivers a good length on the offside. Kamna flashes at that one, get an edge. Down to a fly slip where Krista picked it up and brought it back in, and they got a single, an attempted run out, but Miriam was comfortably home, which now takes us to 57 for 2. We have a pretty good, decent field set here by the captain for KQ's bowling. We have a long off, a long on, a deep point, a short cover, a fly slip, a short third man, a short fine leg, and a short mid wicket. As Kiku comes in again. And that was, she tried to give it some more air, but she ended up bowling that extremely wide of the off stump. So that's another one to the extras. Kiku comes in. And again, that one is down wide of the off stump. Keku is normally bowling pretty decent line and length. She's probably trying to give this one a little bit more pace. Let's see how she bowls this delivery. Better ball, better line, better length, but short. And Miriam rocks back and plays that straight through the square leg. Down to deep square leg where Chantal Martin picks that up and throws it into the wicketkeeper. They cross for 1. That brings Kamna on strike. Kiku comes in, it's a better line and length just outside the off stump. Kamna flashes at that. And Sanya collects cleanly, no runs. As you can see, the East team is all excited and pumped up, encouraging the two batters in there. That was nicely flighted straight up to Kamna. She plays it back. Kiku went diving for it, stopped it. She's okay, all is well. As she takes the ball from Zylene and Heads up to her runner. JQ comes in now. Better line and length, and now was played nicely by Kamla, and that's straight through the covers, and that is 4 runs. Well, the fielder did not signal 4, so they ran 3. It was Ishmit Sagu who chased down one down and stopped it before it crossed the boundary. So it's now 63 for 2 off 11.5 with a run rate of 5.32, and the required run rate is 6.49. They need 53 runs from 8.1 overs. Akiku comes in, delivers, nice ball. Miriam is halfway up. No, Miriam is on strike, sorry. Kamna is trying to sneak a single, but it's not there. It's better to not take that single than a chance to run out. And welcoming back to the commentators booth is our president Shah Zafar. Welcome back, Shaji. I think this will be an exciting finish.
Thank you, Prem. Yes, absolutely, it's going to be exciting finish because East is really taking on a challenge to score a target 116, and they required 53 runs off 48 balls, right? And the run rate is quite high, 6.62. But they have 8 wickets in hand. So it depends how they take from here onward. It's a leg by. Kamna just wanted to pull down to the leg side, and she missed, and he hit the pad, and she got single leg by. Arshpreet to Mariam. Mariam on 30 off 38 balls. This time Mariam goes down to the mid wicket. Square leg, and there was a fielder, so they took single.
You can park in the soccer center. There's nobody here, and there's no.
Mariam is run out. That's a big wicket. The West team has wasted no time, and there was a good fielding by Amanjeet, and she threw it down to the Arshpreet, and Arshpreet wasted no time in taking it. And out, Mariam is run out on 31. This is the big wicket. This is the big wicket.
Well, that's an unfortunate thing to happen for the East. Miriam was in good nick, good strike. She was continuing as she did for the last 3 innings. And there was a hesitation on the over before that between the two of them. And you would think that they would have worked that out. Kamna was trying to get singles, and Miriam was not there to go for it. And see what happened there. I was someone called, but that's a huge wicket, as you said, for them to lose.
Huge wicket, huge.
If they had a chance of taking this total down, that was it. But you never know. Like, there's still 7 wickets to go. Somebody has to stand up and do it. So, in to join Kamna is Hiba, who is also a national player. So let's see the two of them to put on. And Mariam was run out for
31.
31. Dishman comes in bowls. Here's that one up. Camera gets across and plays that straight to square leg to Chantal, who throws that in. And Zailin that backed up the throw, very important, or that would have gone for 4 overthrows. But right now, it was just a single. Hiba will now be taking her mark to take strike. As we said, they're quite a good show of support out here. Family, friends. Ishmet comes in. And Hiba plays that quietly into the offside, slip cordon area, and there's no runs. Well, the East has just lost one of their main player on that unfortunate run out. And as I said to Shaji here, there was a mix-up on the over before that between the two, and you will think that Kamna would be more conscious of that, unless they got run out in the over after that. But there's 7 wickets in hand, and that score is quite doable.
They need 50 off 42.
Yeah. It's quite doable. But at the same time, okay, here comes Zailin. She's bowling for the first time in the tournament. She's a pretty good bowler. And that's a dead ball because Marish interjected. She's changing field, dropping Chantal down deeper. Zailin comes in now. Good length outside the off stump. Kamna reaches across and flashes, making no contact. And I like this young lady in high performance programs and in her league. She's got a good, smooth run up, good line and length. She keeps it and maintain it. Like that one. That is nicely bowled out the offside. But played by Kamna into the covers, chased by KQ. And KQ picks that up and fires it back to the bowler. And it's 2 runs to Kamna. Hiba needs her shoelaces tied, so the bowler is obliging. Shaji, no sports tonight. No NBA, no hockey, no baseball. Everybody's rightfully so standing up, right?
Yeah, we have a cricket going.
Yeah.
We have a cricket going, yes.
So that was a good line and length, like I said about this young girl. Ball on the offside, Kamna flashes, misses, Sanya takes it. Sanya is the wicketkeeper for the West. And she's standing up to Zailin, and that was hit in the point. KQ picks that up and releases into Zailin, so for a single. So I'll ask my buddy here what's the score. We're at 69 for 3 after 13.4, and the required run rate is climbing up to 7.42. And she delivers it down the left side, so had to get a wide in here somehow. But again, she might be very nervous. It's her first over of the whole tournament. She comes in. Better ball, better line and length. And that was pushed out into the cover of Ishmael Fields and released it back to the bowler. Zailin comes in, floats that one up, full pitch, but it was played by Kamna straight to Habiba, who misfield that, and it's being chased by Mervish, and they settle for 1. Krishna backed up that throw nicely. So the East, Shaji, is feeling a little bit better. They're more on the ball. They're eager. They're chasing the ball. They're backing up the throws.
You mean the West?
The West. Sorry. Thank
Yes,
you.
definitely. West is they have a challenge. They got 6 over and they only have to defend 45 runs in the 6 overs, and let's see how she's going to do it, right? So the strategy comes into play, and we have a lot of family, friends. Everybody is watching this very exciting match right from the Centennial Park in Etobicoke. There's a 2020 Cricket Ontario Women Regional Championship live from Centennial Park, Etobicoke, and
I would like to welcome Tina Naidu to the commentators. Tina is one of the chairman of the regional committee, women's regional committee that put together this event, and a successful event so far. Tina, what's your take? You've been here, you've seen the girls, you know the girls. Most of them play in your league, and you were integral in setting up this regional tournament. So give us your thoughts about what you think about what you've seen so far.
Yeah, it's absolutely great, Prem. Thank you. I think it's, considering the pandemic and all that's been going on this year, it's a great initiative from CCO to get the girls out and have this tournament. I know a lot of them were looking forward to playing cricket, and unfortunately there hasn't been a full season. With that being said, they're some of them are, they are out of form because they haven't had any matches at all until the last few weeks and leading up to CCO's tournament. With that being said, I'm impressed because they haven't forgotten their skills. They're out there, they're doing what they can and putting their whole back behind it. And we've seen some big runs on the board by several players and wickets taken, so it's looking good for them.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. They are playing the West has 1-2. The East took yesterday in a thriller in the 15 over, which we barely got in before the rain actually came down later, but it didn't really came down. That would have stopped it. And today we didn't think you would get 20 overs, but here we are at Centennial in bright sunshine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this game may go right down to, and that's the end of Sabur came on, and she's been able with a good length ball. Kamna kept coming into the wicket to try to play it into the mid on, and got it. Was it bowled?
Bowled, yeah.
Yeah, this bowled by Sabur. Was it Sabur Khan that bowled that? Yeah. So now the East has lost their captain. So 73 for 4 and 15 overs. So their run rate is 4.87 and their required is now 8.6. They got 5 overs to go and they got 43 runs to score. Right?
It's definitely not easy.
But not an unsurmountable total, right? You need a few people to go in there, play aggressively, keep the score ticking, get a few boundaries in between, and they could bring that run rate down and make this a challenging end.
Absolutely. So we have Rabjot.
Rajput. She's a young shining star coming up. She will have a very good future in women's cricket in both Ontario and Canada. If she keeps up this development rate that we've seen over the 2 years with her, she has a good future in women's cricket.
Oh, absolutely, Prem. I agree. She's actually been playing since she was 6, maybe even longer. So now, she's about 11 years old now, 11, 12?
I think so, somewhere like that, yeah. I was saying earlier, when I saw her in her first Women High Performance Camp in 1999, she was just small. short one, running up and bowling wise, etc. She's grown in size and in
Yes.
skills, right?
Absolutely. In 2019, she came. She was quite young. She, came to the HB camp and she gave it her all. And now she's grown taller, of course.
Yeah.
Been watching her grow in the last several years with OCA, and now she's finally playing, women's cricket.
And it's the same thing with the one that's bowling from the bottom end, Xylene. All these girls came to the 2019, 2019, and when we saw them, and they were all everybody, we had that whole camp, and it was pretty good. And then they were all.
There were a lot more girls, I think, at the HB camp.
Yeah.
That were coming out. So.
And then we had most of them return, not all of them, but this year we had another good crop of 36, but COVID stepped in. But I think this year our women's development will take root. If you heard earlier, Cricket Canada is stepping in and making a dedicated effort to participate in the development of women cricket, which is good news, which is excellent news, as long as that actually happens. And I believe it will. Ranjit Chowdhury is in charge of it, and they've committed and they've contributed toward holding this tournament. So I think this will be great. Our high performance camp in this winter should be excellent turnout, and we continue to do this. And as you and your academy and Derek and the MPCL is continuing to develop women's cricket, and same thing with the Scarborough Cricket League. We just need a few more leagues to step forward, but not with the same players. Get additional new players, right? Which is what we need aim to do. Yeah.
Just everyone's playing within their region, and that'll definitely have growth there.
Yes.
And then this tournament by CCO would be one to look forward to, having players from different areas.
Yeah. And that was a nice shot by Rabjot. She got 2, right? So, that was Hiba that played that one. She's on 5.
Hiba's on strike. Yep.
Yeah. And then Rabjot is on 2. We're on 78 for 4, 15.4. Hiba pushes that one. And Xylene is bowling pretty good line of length, which is what we knew and we're accustomed to her doing. I guess she's nervous because this is the first game she's actually bowling. She played the first game but didn't bowl. And then she sat out one game, and then she was working the third game. So good to see her with the ball. And good to see that she's continuing in what we expected her to do.
Absolutely, she's very athletic. Even seeing her in the field, it's amazing to watch.
And she has a passion. Like almost all these girls there, they have a passion for the game, and they want to play and they want to get involved. And it's good to see so many of them on this field. This live broadcast should be reaching a lot of people who don't know that women cricket is being brought back on the platform and that we're ready to develop and take it to another level. So hopefully, if you're out there and you're watching these live broadcasts of Cricket Ontario Women's Final, West versus East, West made 115, the East is chasing that. They're now 78 for 4 of 16.1 over. But if this should generate your interest and you're interested in women's cricket and you want to participate and be part of this movement to resurrect women's cricket, please reach out to Cricket Ontario, go to our website, reach out to the Mississauga Premier Cricket League, reach out to the Scarborough Cricket League, and get involved. Come out. There's a short season in swing right now, but it doesn't mean that they're not taking new players. But definitely, if you can't do it this year and you're afraid of COVID, let's hope COVID is gone by 2021 season or when the winter comes around. And find an academy or come to the Cricket Ontario when we advertise it and join and get involved. We need to see you if you're out there and you can play cricket, women cricket, and you have any level of talent, come on up and we're willing to have you on board. And the captain is back on. Bess, that was a nicely flighted off break. Defended by Hiba. Right now, they need to get the score ticking. It's now 10.5 was the required run rate, so they need to keep scoring. They can't let this keep climbing up.
Absolutely. So the East region has
And that was hit nicely by Hiba, taken on the full, and that is 4 runs.
4 runs.
Beautifully hit by Hiba. So this is what they need. They need 2, 3 of those in and over, and they can make this a fighting match.
Exactly. They have wickets in hand, Prem. East
Yep.
region. Just,
They got 6 wickets in hand, so they should
need to-
someone should say I'm gonna stay, and the other one should say, okay, I'm gonna go after the bowling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's what Hip has decided, and that was hit straight to Ishmet, and she fielded it. I was just told we have 500 people tuned in to this. I hope. I wish there was like 1,000 people tuned in. Hopefully, we will get that number up, right?
Who's coming into bowl?
It's
Looks like Sabur.
Sabur Khan. Sabur Khan has. We'll see when she comes in and she comes up. Sabur comes up, bowls that. Pitch outside the off stump, turning in slightly to Rabjot. She plays it out to the onside. Ishmael fields it, no run. It's Marwish.
Marwish, yeah.
Marwish, it's Marwish, not Sabur. It's Marwish that's bowling. She comes in. Pitches out the off stump, and Rabjot plays that nicely into the covers. And they should run 2 here easily. Uh-oh.
No, she's safe.
Okay, she made it from here. It looked like she might have been short, but he put some legs into that and safely got home. 87 for 4. Regardless of who wins this, Tina, it's a win for women cricket, and it's a win for Cricket Ontario, and it's a win for provincial women cricket.
Absolutely. I agree, Prem. It's great to have them all out and, playing the game.
Yeah. I know the winning one will have bragging rights until they reach the next match or next time. I hope next time we do this, we will have 3 women team, which we thought we had, and that was hit nicely, and by Rabjot. And again, and I don't blame them. They have to go for the 2, but if Mirage had collected that ball cleanly, Hiba would have been in trouble. But the positive is she wasn't, and they have 2 more runs to the score, and it's 89 for 4. So Rabjot is doing what is required, and so is Hiba. If these 2 can get 10.8 runs and over is the required run rate now. Marish comes in and nicely struck by Rabjot, and that should be a run because it's misfield by Chantel Martin, and she throws that right into the wicketkeeper's glove. But the cross-throw single moves Rabjot to 10 from 10, and Hiba has 9 from 11. So 94 for 4. There is 2 more deliveries for this over.
You can hear the East region screaming the score out to the batsmen.
Yeah. They are pretty pumped. They're a pretty united team. They really wanted to win this one, but I think the run out of Miriam was a huge blow. Unfortunate, very unfortunate occurrence. Because Miriam has been in amazing form from ball 1 this tournament.
Absolutely agree, Prem. She has been putting up runs on the board and definitely making other players think.
Yeah. Marish comes in again, the ball to Rabjot, who gets behind that and hits it out, gets an edge, goes out to square leg. Chantal charges in, pick that up, throws in. It misses. They're going to cross for 2. Now, can Hiba get back there? Yep, she does.
We missed both runouts. Batsmen are putting pressure on the fielders.
Yeah. It's good as long as they can make it there safely back home. Hiba is flat on her butts on this one. She's calling for something. Not sure. She wants water. So both Miriam and Malia are charging in with two separate bottles, which they have to do because of COVID. One bottle for each player. And that's another challenge that we had. We had to make certain that we keep all the COVID guidelines as much as we can. The girls have been cooperating nicely. And everybody has signed their COVID waiver forms, and everybody's healthy coming to the games.
Yeah, absolutely. It is important to keep everyone safe. Players, volunteers,
93 for 4, 18 overs, 2 overs to go, and 11.54. So quite a challenge.
So do you have any favorites on which team you're going for today, Prem?
You know I can't say that. Yeah, put me on the spot, Tina. As administrators, we have to be neutral.
Absolutely. It's a good mix on both sides.
Yeah. I think the team could have been slightly more, a little more balanced. With a lot of the power is on the west.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're
So
gonna have a chat with
Coach K. Coach K.
And, Coach Rizwan.
Yeah. The two of them, they're around here. Look, one is here and the other one is somewhere. They're over there, right? But like I said, it doesn't matter who win or lose. This is a big win for women's cricket in Ontario and Canada. Amira comes in and Hiba charges up and plays that into the onside. Chantal Martin picks it up, release it back underhand to Bess. So the captain has come on to bowl the penultimate over. So she's thinking she'll keep this runs down or she'll get the wicket. Let's see what happens. It's now 12 runs per over required. And that was nicely hit, but short mid-on, no runs. There is another good talent, Ishmit Sargu. Ishmit Sargu, yeah. As I was telling someone, this tournament has given me a better perspective of knowing the girls and seeing the talent and identifying who can do what and who is capable of what, which is good. So, that was hit and taken nicely by Zylene. Nice catch. Yeah, Rabjot, that was pitched up on the offside. She played it. She got the middle of it, but she was trying to go over covers and she let it straight to Zylene. Oh. Now? Oh. Let's finish it. So Rabjot made 12 of 13. Bowled best caught Zylene. And now they're 94 for 5, right? Should be 94 for 5.
94 for 5.
Yeah.
So 22 runs and 9 balls.
And into is Ami Kazek. Amy Kazek. And that was out the off stump. She flashed at it, made no contact. Best picks it up, rushes in. Dead ball. Last ball of Beth over. Best over. Pitches that one, and Amy flashes at this again, and right through to Sanya, the wicketkeeper. That's the end of the over. And I don't think the East will be able to do this one because it's 1 over 22 runs.
Yes.
We don't have no Christopher Gale out here. So I could safely predict this will be a win for the West. And they will have the bragging rights until 2021. Oh, that was hit beautifully by Hiba, but KQ is down at the yeah, at the deep extra cover, picks that up, release into Sanya, and they cross for two.
Great support from East Region.
Marish comes in, delivers, and that's wide of the off stump, and that's called a wide by the umpire.
This may change. Most probably, most is not going to change because of the result. But I think you could 2, 4, 5. And another match may change. These 3, check it out.
Marish comes in and tosses that one up, and Hiba plays it again through the onside, and they're gonna come back. Oh no, they decide to take one. Hiba was interested for 2, but Ami says no, go back. I want to get 1 ball. I want to hit 1 ball out of the park. So let's see if she can do that.
Can I take them?
Rich. What do you mean? Yeah, you can take it now. And she couldn't hit the ball out of the park. As Tina says, that one was bold. So Amy is out. Bold Bess. No, bold Marish.
Marish has been bowling.
Going into the wicket now is Katie Ramnath.
This is interesting, Prim. I would have assumed Katie would have come in a little bit earlier considering her experience level.
Well, the captain probably had different ideas.
Absolutely agree.
She does have maybe 1 ball left or 2. I can't see it here.
Marish has 3 balls.
3 balls to go. Okay.
So East Region may get to their 100.
And that was pushed out into the cover, sailing 3 chases it. It's just a single.
Oh.
Did he give it out?
Hiba is out. She was stumped or...
Yeah, stump, that's a stump. But did the umpire give it out?
The umpire gave it out. Square leg umpire gave it out. It was a wide ball.
So she got stumped in a wide ball?
She got stumped in a wide ball. Sunita's going in now. 1 ball remaining for Marish.
That's because they're all stretching at the wide ball as opposed to leaving it to go through safely. Yeah, they'll have to. The white ball is a white ball.
Okay. There are 2 balls left in this over.
Marish comes in, delivers this one out there off stump. Sunita flashes at that, no contact. And that's the last ball of the innings. And it's a run out.
Had to go for it.
So that's it. So at 100 for 7, the East in reply to the West 115. We'll give you the summary of today's game. The batting of the East, Miriam Coker, 35 of 48, bowled Shabor Khan. Archini Pereira, 18 of 24. Claude Habib, wicketkeeper, bowled Kainet Kwazi. Maliha Beg, 0, run out. Marish and Kainet. Kamna Merchandi, 7 of 9, run out. Ishmit. Hiba Shamsuddin, 14 of 15, stump Sana. Bowl Marish. Rabjoy Rajput, 12 of 14, called Zailin. Bowl Teresa. Ami Kazik, 0, bowl Marish. KD Ramdad 1, not out. Sunita Danikar run out, Zailin and Marish. And did not bat are Ariba Hashmi and Mandeep Daliwal. That was the batting. We will now get the bowling analysis of the West. Bowling for the West, Subal Khan, 4 overs, 13 runs, 1 wicket, and an economy rate of 3.25. Amarjit Virk, 1 over, 10 runs. Marish Khan, 3 overs, 19 runs, 2 wickets. Tarisha Lavia, 3 overs, 11 runs, 1 wicket. Ishmet Sagu, 4 overs, 15 runs, no wicket. Kainet Kwaz, 3 overs, 21 runs, 1 wicket. Zailin Ortiz, 2 over, 10 runs, no wicket. Fall of wicket, 1 for 43, 2 for 50, 3 for 65, 4 for 75, 4 for 94, 6 for 98, 7 for 100, and 8 for 100. 20 overs, a run rate, required run rate of 5, extras 13, total 100 for 8. I mean, the run rate was 5. That was it. It's a wrap for the live streaming. Stay tuned with us. We will be back on here with the presentation of the individual trophies and the medals for the winning team and the runner-up team. Thank you for being with us. Stay with us until we get this presentation. The sunshine is gone, the wind is blowing, it's nice and cool, and we will get this arranged as fast as we can. Thank you. Stay put, stay tuned.